would be a little different, but I will tell you how to do it even if you are using Swift UI. So firstly, I am inside this particular documentation, and the first thing which you have to do is you will have to install Google Sign-in either by using Swift Package Manager or CocoaPods. I have used Swift Package Manager because that is much easier according to me. So just copy this URL and then just go to your project, select your project, then just click on File, Add Package Dependencies, and here you can just paste in your URL and then just click on Add Package. I have already added it, so here you can see these are all the dependencies for me. The next thing is you have to create on this particular link and open this link in a new tab. I have already opened it, so I don't have any project as such, so I'll create one project. So I'll just click on new project and I'll just name it, keep the name as default. I'll click on create. This might take little bit of time. Okay, so here my project is created. Make sure your project is selected, if not you might face some issues. Okay, so all right, I'll just again click on this. I'm not sure what happened. So this is my project, right? So I'll just click on this particular project and here I will go to credentials. Okay, so here you can see this is our credentials. Then I will just click on create credential, OAuth client ID, and here I have to click on configure consent screen. Then here I will just select external, click on create. Here you will have to give your app name, so I'll just give it as my iOS app. Then here I will enter my email ID. You will have to upload your logo as well if you are trying to deploy it for production, and here I'll just enter my email ID again. I'll click on save and continue. Okay, so here again this is fine, just click on save and continue, and here you can add some test users. I'm not really sure, like in my testing, before recording this video, like I tried to add some test users, like @gmail.com some users. Then I tried to use some user which was not registered in my test users. Still I was able to log in, so I'm not really sure what's the point of this, because currently I have not deployed it to Play Store, right? So I can understand why they want me to add test users, but even without this it works. In case if it doesn't work, I will add some test users, but I will keep it empty for now. I'll just click on save and continue, and here I will just go to click on back to dashboard. Then again I'll click on credentials, click create credential, OAuth client ID, application type iOS. Then I'll just add the bundle identifier. So I'll just copy my bundle identifier and I'll paste it over here. I'll click on create. If you have deployed it to your Google Play Store, then you will have to enter the App Store team ID as well as so I'll just copy this client ID, and if I try to click on edit, here you will have to enter the App Store team ID and App Store ID and team ID as well once you have deployed it to App Store. Okay, also I'll just copy this client ID inside my view controller for now. So I'll just remove this. Like the documentation also says that if I show you the documentation, okay, where is it? It says that create a new web application type OAuth client. I don't know why they are saying this web application, because I had created this web application previously and it wasn't working. I had to use the client ID of my iOS application, so I'm not really sure. This is a little bit confusing. Anyways, so I'll just copy paste this code. Okay, and I'll go to my info.plist. I have already pasted it. So open as, just click on open as source code, and here you can see this is the code. Okay, now here you will have to enter your own client ID. So this is my client ID, right? I'll just copy it, and inside info.plist I'll paste it over here. Next, over here you will have to reverse it, so I'll just paste it for now. The next thing is com would come first, then Google user content whatever. Okay, then this should be apps, so again there would be a dot apps, and then this entire thing. Okay, and we don't need dots at the start, so I'll just remove this. So whatever you have over here, same thing should become over here, but it should be reverse. Then we have the option of configuring backend authentication. I'm not using that. Also there is some Google workspace domain which I'm not doing that. One more thing which I want to show you is there is like Apple requires privacy manifest. So if you want you can follow this upgrade guide as well. So here it basically says that to migrate your app, so I'm using version 7.0 which is the latest of Google sign-in. So it says that set up OAuth client configuration in your apps info.plist. So I'm not really sure what client configuration means. I think this, or there is some other thing, because so here as it says OAuth client ID is GID client ID, so I think this is the same thing. So we have configured it. So apart from this, I don't think anything else we have to do. Looks okay to me. But in case if you want to, you are doing this server client ID, make sure you are using it inside your info.plist and not setting it at runtime. Okay, so I think that's it. And like I'll go back to the documentation and I'll click on add Google sign-in. Next, if you see my view controller code, before that it tells us to add some code inside our app delegate. So if you are using iOS UI kit, you will have to copy paste this code and paste it inside your app delegate. So as you can see, I have pasted it over here. For SwiftUI it is little different because in SwiftUI we don't have app delegate. Next, this is for macOS, so you can ignore this. This is so if you are using SwiftUI, you will have to add this bit of code. Again, I'm not using SwiftUI, so I'll ignore this. Then the next step is we have to also copy this bit of code. So we already have this method in default iOS application. We have to just copy this code. So I have also copied this code over here, as you can see. So this is also copied. Okay, for SwiftUI you will have to do something like this. So just copy this. Okay, then if you want, so here is the SwiftUI tutorial, you can just follow it. I will just select UI kit. Now it depends on you, mostly if it is a Google sign-in button, make sure you design your button in such a way that it reflects Google sign-in. But I think for me it is fine because like this is just a dummy project, right? But if you want, you can make your sign in with Google button like customizable using the GID sign-in button class to automatically generate a button with Google branding. I'm not doing that. So if you see over here inside view controller, all I have done is that I have created two buttons, one for login and one for logout. So here we are just instantiating our button, adding it to our view. Then I have set some NS layout constraints and I have added one click listener to it. On first button click, we are basically signing the user. So once the user is signed, if there is no error, then we just use the sign in result. So this is for displaying the user ID, this is for email, this is for name. There are other properties as well, so you can just figure it out what all other properties you want. And for signing out the user, you can use this particular method. Now before the other issue which Google does not provide a solution to it, once the user is signed in, you will have to manage the state yourself. So you can either store all this data in a keychain or don't store it in user defaults, or whatever is your preferred way of storing it. So the next time the user opens the app, you should not ask him to sign up. So you can immediately check whether there is data in your keychain or whatever storage you are using, and then immediately redirect him or her to the appropriate screen. So that part you will have to take care of it. Like I couldn't find it in the documentation. If there is, do let me know in the comments. So yeah, and if you want to know more about getting the users, here you can see they have given everything, profile picture as well. So here I am running my app. Now you might not see the output properly because I have blurred it, but I have clicked on my first button and it gives me a notification. Then it opens a web browser for us, for asking us the credentials. So I'll quickly enter my credentials. Again, sorry about this because I don't want to show you my Gmail ID or my password. That's why I have blurred it. Okay, so I have entered. Now I will quickly enter my password as well. 3. Okay, I'll click on next. So it should basically sign in. I'll just click on save password, and it is asking me on my real device some security, so I'll just okay, that is done. Okay, so here also this part is done. Okay, and I'll click on continue, and if you see, okay, why didn't it print? Attempting to load. I'm not really sure why didn't it print this data. Okay, I'll click on continue. Okay, it has printed now. I don't know what was the issue first. I'll just click on sign out. Okay, I think sign out has happened, but I haven't added any log as such. So I'll try to sign in again. I'll try to use some other account. Let's see. I'll click on continue. Okay, now it printed the data properly. I don't know what happened the very first time. Maybe it was some bug. I'll try using some other account again. Sorry about this. I don't think you guys can see it. It's all blurred for you, but yeah, trust me, you can try it on your side as well. I'm just trying to enter the password for some other Gmail ID. Click on next, click save password. I will allow the security part on my real iOS device. I'll click on continue. Okay, it did printed the data, all the data which I wanted. I'm not sure what happened the very first time. Maybe some bug from the Google sign in part, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.